Hey Stoic soul, tonight I won't flatter you with soft lies, and I won't let you hide behind your feelings. You came here searching for relief, maybe even sleep, but what you need is awakening. You move through the world like a wounded healer, reading a room before you read yourself, always listening, always giving, shoulders sagging under invisible weights. You think feeling deeper is your destiny, but what if caring killed your strength? Empathy is sacred, but so is sovereignty. So tonight we follow the story of an empath who finally stops caring. Jung called this the dark awakening, when you stop setting yourself on fire to keep others warm. Now breathe, slow down, let's begin. You carry emotions the way Atlas carried the sky, heavy, constant, uninvited. Every sigh in the room becomes your panic, every frown your duty. In childhood, you thought this was love, to tune yourself to everyone else's frequency except your own. But as you grew, your heart became crowded, your mind a noisy landlord for other people's chaos. You wonder, when did I agree to become everyone's emotional janitor? Tonight, we face the burden of being endlessly open. Picture yourself at a family dinner. Your sibling sighs, so faint a bat would miss it. You, however, are instantly sent on an internal quest to analyze, rationalize, and probably draft an email apology to them in your head. Grandma complains of her foot again, and suddenly it's your life's purpose to solve plantar fasciitis before dessert. Is that a tear in Aunt Liz's eye? Or is she just allergic to your overachieving sense of responsibility? Empathy isn't a blanket. It's a 12-layer duvet in July, and you're sweating your soul out beneath it. Sometimes it feels like a superhero origin story, except your power is absorbing everyone else's stress, while your own problems are left in the inbox, unread. You have X-ray vision for discomfort, hearing that detects sadness in 32-bit surround sound, a sixth sense for silent resentments fermenting in the air. You want to help, but you're not sure anymore if you're helping out of goodwill or simply habit. Somewhere along the way, kindness became compulsion, morphing into an Olympic sport of self-erasure and interpretive guilt dancing. When someone says, "I'm fine," you launch an investigation worthy of Sherlock Holmes. Each text message without a smiley face. Emotional DEFCON 1. That coworker who said thanks without an exclamation mark. Might as well have drawn a chalk outline around your desk. You live on high alert, a permanent emotional first responder, and your nervous system keeps forgetting to clock out. Instead of boundaries, there's a hazmat suit made of concern, duct taped together by the word should. If you're wondering how you learned to shapeshift into the emotional support animal of your peer group, cue the flashbacks. Childhood, where adults praised your sensitivity, rewarded you for taking care of everyone. By adulthood, you've unknowingly graduated into a career of unpaid emotional labor. Your currency, hypervigilance and apology notes. The pay? Chronic exhaustion and the anxious suspicion that saying no will shatter the universe, or at least make someone slightly uncomfortable during brunch. From a Stoic's vantage point, think Marcus Aurelius lounging in a lazy boy. You might be asked, is this useful? Is it noble to hemorrhage energy for all who frown in your orbit? Would Epictetus have solved his friend's middle school drama, or just reminded everyone to focus on what's in their power? Stoicism whispers, you are not the universe's designated emotional sponge. Empathy is a gift, not a sentence to life without parole. Yet, old habits die dramatically. You try drawing a line, but it's made of invisible ink. The moment someone frowns, your boundary dissolves like an off-brand bath bomb. You tell yourself to toughen up, but the inner monologue is more ASMR sleep story than gladiator pep talk. Is it possible to care deeply without drowning? Can you still love people's fractured bits, without collecting the entire set. Dear overfeeler, tonight, as the worries begin to swirl and your emergency empathy antenna twitches at every imagined slight, consider exhaling. Remember, you are not required to host every storm or repair every fractured mood. The sky is safe where it is, and you, at last, are allowed to put it down for the night. You don't just notice moods, you adopt them like stray cats. One harsh look ruins your day. One sad story drains your week dry. You're the emotional Wi-Fi. They connect, they unload, you buffer their pain. You think mirroring is kindness, but is it just a disguised fear of being disliked? Epictetus warned, what you attach to, you suffer for. When you mirror, you forget you're a soul, not a sponge. Imagine your mind as a busy train station. Every commuter passing through is a mood, a frown, an offhand comment from Dave in accounting. Instead of wishing them well on their journey, you grab their bags, take their tickets, and offer them your own seat. Suddenly, you're left standing, your hands full of someone else's luggage. Guilt, irritability, existential dread. By noon, you're lugging around enough emotional cargo to require a bellhop. If you had a loyalty card for suffering, it would be platinum by now. It sounds benevolent. The world's tiniest therapist, minus the $200 hourly fee and those neat little stress balls. But Stoic wisdom stops you there, holding a kind but firm sign like a philosophical bouncer. Not your circus, not your monkeys. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Nowhere did he say, if it's not your anxiety, please carry it home like leftovers. The Stoics weren't heartless. They just drew lines like artists, because it's hard to carve marble with spaghetti. Absorbing emotions might feel like empathy, but chronic mirroring blurs the boundary between compassion and codependency. It's as if you're starring in Everyone Else's Feelings the musical, except you're doing all the singing. And the chorus is just existential fatigue humming in the background. You become a shapeshifter whose only superpower is getting tired fast. And as entertaining as that sounds, even Marvel would pass on your origin story. Your biology isn't helping. Mirror neurons are little copycats in your brain, lighting up when you see someone yawn, or when Karen from HR describes her fender bender for the 9th time. But your prefrontal cortex wasn't designed to be the complaint department for everyone east of the Mississippi. Your mental resources are not self-replenishing. Like that jug of oat milk in the fridge, they run out. If you want emotional stability, you have to stop hosting every passing feeling, like an Airbnb for moods. True Stoic absorption isn't about being a fortress, but more like a serene mountain lake. Soft, receptive, undisturbed. You hear the worry, but you let it ripple and fade, not crash and flood. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most of the agony you carry was never yours. You just picked it up because the emotional lost and found bin is always unattended. And if you're honest, sometimes you willingly claim someone else's pain because you think it'll earn you friends, love, or a gold star in human decency. But paradoxically, the more you mirror, the foggier your boundaries become. You over-identify. You blend so well, you forget. This is not my feeling. This is not my problem. I am but an audience member quietly enjoying humanity's ongoing tragicomedy. That's the radical idea Stoicism offers. Not a life without care, but a life with clarified caring. You see the pain, you honour it, but you don't. Invite it in for tea and ask, how do you take your existential dread? 1 sugar or 2? Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, picture yourself as a gentle observer, not a mirror. Watch feelings come and go like comets on a mild June night. Some are dazzling, Some are alarming, but none linger unless you reach up and grab them. You're not cold, you're wise. You're not detached, you're simply choosing who gets to rent space in your inner peace. Tomorrow, the world will bring more stories, more anxieties, and yes, possibly more unsolicited advice. But you, my Stoic friend, will remember, you are the soul, never the sponge. You learned early to keep your darkness tidy, to comfort, not confront. But Jung reminds us, the shadow denied festers, and empathy unchecked becomes martyrdom. In secret, you resent those you save. You crave silence, but you're addicted to being needed. Your own needs, compressed in the shame drawer. Tonight, let's unlock it. Let's picture your shadow, not as some ominous monster slinking around corners, but as an awkward roommate who never knocks and eats all your snacks. When you ignore them, they crank up the emotional dubstep at 3 a.m. You try to drown them out with good vibes only, distraction, and decaf oat milk lattes. But the beat only gets louder. Resentment, self-doubt, that odd urge to reply to work emails at 11:57 p.m. The shadow loves 11:57 p.m., Jung suggested in hushed tones from behind a meticulously trimmed moustache, that what you ignore doesn't vanish. It collects like dust behind your internal couch. You might host Instagram perfect dinner parties, smiling, serving, making sure Karen gets the gluten-free rolls. But underneath, the shadow is in your kitchen, nibbling the crusts, whispering, "Is anyone even asking what you want on your pizza?" Spoiler, no. The world rarely asks caretakers what toppings they prefer. Tu me prépares, busy, swarming yourself with tasks, signing up for committees, emotional support dog sitting, and PowerPoint design rescue. Meanwhile, your unloved edges sit in the corner, looking like abandoned IKEA spare parts. Essential, never acknowledged. You pride yourself on your empathy, but secretly weaponize it to keep people and your shame at arm's length. If I'm indispensable, maybe no one will notice. I'm not okay. And here comes the irony parade. The more devoted you are to helping others, the more hollow you may feel. Like that moment you finish the chips and realize you never tasted them. Just inhaled out of stress and obligation. Your shadow wants to be noticed. It leaves cryptic messages in your longing for solitude, your envy of self-assured people, the faint pang of relief when someone, finally, doesn't need you for a change. Let's be honest, the shadow isn't evil. It's just you, minus the Instagram filter. It contains your unspoken anger when you say, "I'm fine," gritting your teeth so hard you could mill flour. It holds your guilt for wanting a room of your own, for the fantasy of disappearing to an Airbnb in a town where nobody pronounces your name right, or asks you to fix the Wi-Fi. Stoicism and Jung rarely show up at the same dinner party, but tonight they order takeout together. The Stoics say, accept what you cannot control. Jung says, but do you even know what you're hiding from yourself? The shadow is a record of the emotions you professionally ignore. Jealousy, exasperation, secret ambitions that are slightly embarrassing. It's a crowded diary page you never wrote. Suffering in silence becomes a cycle. Help, resent, repeat. You smile serenely while your inner monologue shouts, "What about me?" The paradox of empathy is that it breeds both connection and clandestine fury. The shadow hoards old hurts, keeping receipts, quietly demanding overdue self-compassion. Tonight, try something radical. Listen to the silence and let it answer back. Crack, open that shame drawer, even if it squeaks. Meet the awkward roommate. Ask, "Okay, Why are you here? What have I ignored? There might be grief or weariness or an unfulfilled wish you accidentally tripped over at age 15 and never picked up again. Don't run. Don't tidy it away. And don't beat yourself up for its existence. Self-awareness isn't about conquering the dark places. It's about inviting them into the light for a little awkward, courageous conversation. And as you drift into sleep, know this: your shadow isn't your enemy. It's just that unclaimed suitcase you've rolled through every chapter of life. Maybe, just maybe, it holds the blanket you really need. You don't just attract broken people, you collect them. Compliment them, soothe them, apologize for having boundaries. Seneca said, "He who seeks everyone's approval loses his own." Chasing peace in others creates war in yourself. People-pleasing is not virtue, it's self-abandonment dressed as grace. Let's imagine your life as a tranquil pond. Ah, yes, the type of pond with gentle ripples and the occasional friendly duck, wearing a monocle, obviously. You pour energy into smoothing the water, making it dazzlingly serene. Enter old chaos himself. He cannonballs into your pond. He's wearing water wings and yelling, "Do you like me?" Suddenly, you're the lifeguard, the snack provider, and by the end of the afternoon, the entire duck parliament has relocated, because now the pond is a public swimming pool. All because you handed out free swim passes in the form of endless yeses. It starts innocently enough. Someone hands you their chaos, wrapped neatly in a request, a sigh, or a crisis disguised as a quick favor. You oblige, and another, until your own agenda is a tangle of other people's knots. Every time you smile and nod at a request you want to refuse, you put one more blindfold on your own clarity. It feels like kindness, but your soul's GPS is whispering, rerouting, and spoiler, the route heads straight for the land of why am I so tired? People-pleasing crafts an invisible contract. I'll keep you happy, so you'll love me, respect me, never abandon me. It's as airtight as a colander, but we sign it anyway. Ancient Stoics would roll their eyes so hard they'd need neck braces. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." If you're a human sponge, odds are you're absorbing emotional spills that aren't even yours, like being hired as a volunteer janitor at the International Festival of Spilled Milk. Everyone has their own weather system, cloudy moods, lightning hot tempers, apocalyptic bad days. If you chase every cloud with a broom, hoping to clear skies for everyone, you'll end up drenched and windblown, wonders why your umbrella resembles Swiss cheese. Stoicism asks, will the world shatter if you say no? Spoiler, it absolutely will not, unless you're holding it together with nothing but sheer politeness. In which case, we have bigger philosophical problems. There's a deep, sneaky fear at the bottom of people-pleasing, that you are only as valuable as your availability, but your worth is not measured in RSVPs or retweets, or how many birthday parties you attended out of guilt. When you give and give and give without any boundary, congratulations, you have founded the Chaos Cafe, where your specialty is emotional burnout souffle, served with a side of resentment tapas. And the customers, oh, they're not grateful, they're just always hungry. So, why does chaos find you? Because you built a neon sign with 2-for-1 empathy specials, and people in distress read it like Google Maps. It is not virtuous to let others treat you as a doormat, especially when you ironed your own welcome sign. If you want peace, you need to risk disappointing a few people. That, in Stoic terms, is real courage. As Epictetus might put it, if he ran a podcast, control your own sandwich. Don't let someone else pick your toppings. Chaos loves unguarded buffets. Tonight, as you let yourself drift into sleep, remember, boundaries are not walls. They're invitations to peaceful coexistence. Your task is not to patch every emotional leak in every ship. Paddle your own boat. Let others steer theirs. And if another duck cannonballs into your pond, just remind them, even a fancy pond has opening hours. Picture your mind as a citadel. No invitation, no entry. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. When you say no, you plant flags of freedom in your heart. Watch how silence offends the noisy. Watch how your calm disturbs the unhealed." Boundaries might sound like a corporate HR word or an app you wish existed. But in the Stoic playbook, boundaries aren't about building emotional moats with suspicious alligator populations. Instead, they're invisible lines drawn in soft sand, lines that tell you where you end, and the world, with all its circus bears and carnival barkers, begins. Imagine a doorbell for your soul. Not every knock deserves to be answered. Sometimes, silence is the most eloquent no you can send into the cosmos. There's comedy in discovering the first shock of refusing what doesn't serve you. Watch a telemarketer process your no, thank you. The existential crisis brewing on the other end is comedy, tragedy, and awkward jazz all at once. The first taste of power isn't always loud or flamboyant. Sometimes it's just you, lying in bed, realizing you really didn't have to text back at 2 a.m. No one crumbles. Nothing essential is lost, except maybe the myth that your peace is for public rental. The world is baffled by boundaries. It thinks you're either stingy or plotting world domination when you don't agree to every brunch. But the Stoics knew the truth. Boundaries are invitations to self-respect. The word no is a tiny rebellion, one that can be made with an eyebrow, a polite smile, or just your absence. Seneca would probably ghost most dinner invites with grace and a short letter about the brevity of life. Epictetus would remind us that other people's expectations are not our burdens to carry. You are not a Sherpa for everyone's emotional baggage. When you guard your energy, awkwardness often follows. People who thrive on chaos crave reactions like vampires crave drama. Your quiet refusal unsettles those addicted to storms. The first time you cancel plans for no grand reason, just to replenish your mental pantry, feels like treason. But it is actually the birthplace of sovereignty. Accept the strangeness that comes with self-preservation. Marvel at the cosmic dance of invitations not answered and obligations not assumed. Every no is a love letter to your future self, tying up all the loose ends you'd otherwise trip over at midnight while searching for meaning. Owning your boundaries doesn't mean transforming into an unapproachable fortress. Even the Stoics let in a little sunlight and the occasional stray cat. But it does mean you're not a doormat at the entrance to your own life. You get to choose who wipes their feet on your spirit. Test this. The next time someone asks, "Can you do me a quick favor?" Take a stoic pause. Breathe. Feel your power building, like a superhero whose cloak is made of calm. Respond only if it aligns with your values, your energy, your current state of being. If not, practice your no like a gentle sigh, a cloud passing. And if the other person acts offended, congratulations, you've just given them the gift of learning your limits. True boundaries are silent acts of courage, a door gently but firmly closing so you can hear the quiet inside. You are the gatekeeper, the night watch, the emperor of your attention. Most of your life's drama will evaporate the moment you understand that not everything deserves a response, a yes, or even your delicious, soul-soothing silence. You used to flinch at raised voices, to crumble before guilt. Now you breathe through the storm. Modern Stoicism isn't about becoming stone. It's about being steady in chaos. New rule: not every pain calls for action. Not every need deserves your intervention. Your own well-being is not a side quest. It's the main story. Imagine the emotional reflexes of your old self. A triggered heart on a hair trigger, ready to sprint into battle because someone forgot to say thank you at the office coffee pot. Ah yes, the legacy of 1,000 petty slights. That small part of your brain, the one rehearsing arguments you never plan to have, needs a sabbatical. Modern Stoic living means rewiring that knee-jerk emotional machinery with the wisdom of a chill cat lounging in a ray of sun, still aware, but unwilling to leap at every passing shadow. Our hearts have learned reflexively, by fire, by habit, by 3 decades of misadventures, featuring compulsory apologies and over-explaining why you won't attend yet another group brunch. The reflex is to react. The upgrade is to observe. Every pang of jealousy, every flash of shame, every unsolicited emotion that pops up at 2 a.m. with its own monologue. You greet it like an old sitcom rerun. Oh, it's you again. You don't try to fight the laugh track, you just adjust the volume. Daily practice. When feeling triggered, don't rush to analysis or judgment. Try noticing the feeling as a passing weather pattern. Oh look, embarrassment at aisle 4. Maybe offer yourself a coupon for self-compassion, valid for today only. If you visualize your emotional triggers as puppies on leashes, you don't have to follow wherever they want to drag you. Sometimes you just need to tighten the slack and say, heal. Stoicism isn't about suppressing or denying what you feel. This isn't an audition to be the world's most boring houseplant. You still care, just not about everything, and certainly not about things that are none of your business. That snarky email from your coworker, not your circus, not your monkeys. The old reflex would have drafted a reply so passive-aggressive it glows in the dark. The new reflex: rise, smile, delete, and let it go like a balloon floating over a statewide festival of not caring. You are rewiring your responses each time you pause and breathe instead of storming the gates. Yes, emotional reflexes run deep. The ancestral uh-oh when corrected. The ancient I must fix this when a friend sighs. But the new heart recognizes sometimes a sigh is just air escaping, not a coded request for your intervention. Give yourself permission not to leap in. You can listen deeply without onboarding every mood like an emotional Uber driver. In modern Stoic practice, the pause is sacred. The pause is where your agency lives, crouched serenely like a philosopher squirrel atop a fence, tail twitching, quietly deciding which acorn of a thought deserves its attention. Make a game out of noticing your reflexes. Did your mind clench at criticism? Award yourself an imaginary Stoic badge for restraint. Did you manage not to overshare when someone was venting? Bonus badge. Your nervous system's job is to protect you. Its method is a drama club auditioning every feeling for the lead role. Your Stoic mind, however, does the casting. It politely thanks anxiety for the monologue and lets it know callbacks are full. Not every inner performance gets a callback. Some emotions are better as extras, barely in focus, shambling about in the background. Notice as your days go by, your old triggers are still there, lounging in the wings, polishing their scripts, but they're less convincing now. Raised voices are just sound. Criticism is just data. Jealousy is just envy's little brother, tagging along for the ride. You may still feel the initial spark, but you don't have to kindle it into a 5-alarm blaze. You are allowed to let emotional kindling stay damp, to let feelings pass without roasting marshmallows over them. This rewiring journey is bumpy, sometimes hilarious. You may catch your old self play acting in your mind, writing Oscar-worthy speeches to shower arguments with logic and pathos. Let the old actor retire, The new you is content to sit in the quiet row, savouring the calm, rooting for everyone to finish the play without burning down the theatre. In the end, it's not about banishing emotion. It's training your heart to signal a little less and trust a little more that you're safe, even in chaos. You're not stone. You're steel, wrapped in velvet, anchored but flexible, with a heart rewired for wiser days. Detachment is not apathy. It's love without addiction. You learn to care without collapsing, to witness pain without drowning. Marcus Aurelius, again, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. You can offer empathy, but the world's suffering is not your bloodstream. Your silence is medicine for them and for you. Picture yourself in a crowded subway, trying not to breathe in everyone else's existential dread. Detachment isn't plugging noise-cancelling headphones into your soul. It's realising you can hear the music and chaos and still not start dancing involuntarily. The Stoics didn't suggest you ghost the universe or leave all group chats on read. They proposed growing roots within yourself so unexpected windstorms don't yank you out of your soil. If someone is upset, their suffering can be witnessed with gentle understanding, like a cat calmly observing a laser pointer from a safe distance. Seneca, part-time philosopher and full-time overthinker, pointed out that we are often tormented more by our imagination than by reality. Have you ever fallen in love with the idea of someone's potential so much that you launch an entire HGTV renovation show in your own psyche, thinking you can fix, paint, and flip their emotional house into a palace? Detachment is learning to let people have their original floor plan and realizing your happiness doesn't require a co-op board's approval. When you practice the art of detachment, you stop auditioning for the lead role in everyone else's drama. You become the director behind the scenes, calmly saying, "Let's try that again," but with less screaming and more dignity. Compassion remains, but you're not mainlining other people's chaos like a caffeinated stoic. Curiously, detachment is also how you stop riding the emotional roller coaster of, will they text me back? Or did they like my meme? You become a connoisseur of your own peace, savouring the rare flavour of an evening undisturbed by other people's mood swings. Even Marcus Aurelius himself would put his phone on Do Not Disturb if ancient Rome had notifications. Crucially, this subtle stoic art doesn't mean you stop loving. It means your love ripens, no longer clinging, no longer desperate for reciprocation. You accept people as they are, with all their toothpaste-capped traumas and socks in the living room floors. As Epictetus sang, probably off-key, it's not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about things. Loving adults means letting go of their puppet strings. You can hand someone an umbrella without thinking you must also control the weather. And yet, there's humour in this letting go. Have you tried helping a stubborn friend, only to get sucked into a saga involving lost keys, existential crises, and inexplicable pizza toppings? Detachment is graciously laughing when life serves pineapple where you wanted pepperoni, declining the slice but not the friendship. Imagine your mind as a Wi-Fi network. Detachment is changing the password so only you, and maybe your dog, have unlimited access. You become responsible for your bandwidth. If others want to stream in security, you don't have to provide free unlimited data. As you drift into sleep, remember, the art of detachment is not coldness, but warmth maintained at a comfortable distance. You love fiercely, but your happiness does not need to hang by a thread from someone else's cloud. You can love, be moved, and even help, without letting go of yourself. When love no longer hurts, it doesn't mean you've stopped loving. You've simply stopped giving away the keys to your own peace. You trade arguments for silence, urgency for stillness. You let others misunderstand you. Let them stew. Like a mountain, you weather their moods, but remain unmoved. Calm is now your standard, not your reward. You speak less, but your presence expands. That's the power of a sovereign soul. Picture this. You're at a family dinner. Uncle Greg is on his usual role, debating the price of cucumbers in 1987, red-faced and sweating, convinced that global stability hinges on this detail. The urge to correct him floats right up to your lips, a sizzling, spicy retort, and instead, you take a gentle breath, nod, and pass the salad. You have achieved what ancient Stoics call apatheia, not apathy, but robust, joyful detachment. While Greg wriggles in his own emotional chili, you sit, sphinx-like and patient, amused by the passing storms of other people's egos. A Stoic isn't a doormat. You simply realize not every battle is worth your inner peace. The world is crowded with drama peddlers, internet sparring champions, gossip tycoons, people who use anger the way toddlers use finger paint. Everywhere, all the time, no cleaning supplies in sight. Instead of putting on emotional armor, you slip into something more comfortable. A cloak of silence and a dazzling pair of inner earplugs. You smile to yourself, knowing serenity is the best kind of rebellious fashion statement. What happens next? People notice. Co-workers, siblings, subway commuters. They sense something different, something annoyingly untouchable. You don't take the bait when the group chat erupts in chaos. You ignore the price war in the produce aisle. This isn't withdrawal, it's presence so deep, it's like being the eye of a storm. It's the delicious refusal to validate nonsense with your energy. You drift above conflict, sipping calmly on your metaphorical chamomile tea as others cannonball into the whirlpool of opinions. Over time, stillness takes root. Your nervous system gets the memo. Chaos out there, zen in here. The more you choose silence over reaction, the more power you gather. A quiet, gravitational pull. People start asking, in whispered tones, "What's your secret?" Some assume you meditate under waterfalls all weekend. Others decide you simply care less. The truth is more subtle. You are tuning your instrument for music, not noise. Amid hush and hubbub, your focus sharpens. Silence isn't absence. It's your mind flexing like a cat in a sunbeam. You notice patterns. Which co-workers love outrage, which friends thrive on the last word, which relatives treat drama like a competitive sport. You start to see the spaces between words, the gaps between stimulus and response, and you choose, bravely, deliberately, not to fill them with more sound. Even your face gives less away. Your eyebrows, formerly Olympic gymnasts, retire. Your jaw unclenches. You offer Mona Lisa smiles as others perform emotional jazz solos. People project all sorts of stories onto your tranquility, indifference, wisdom, the possibility that you are telepathically communicating with ancient philosophers. Let them guess. Meanwhile, you grow stronger in the cultivation of calm, like a gardener tending an exquisitely private bonsai. Here's the true magic of silence. It isn't about suppressing your voice. It's about owning your energy, reclaiming space once ceded to trivial squabbles. Sometimes your silence echoes louder than any argument could. It's the gentle, dignified thunder of self-mastery, the refusal to compromise your peace just because someone else is selling chaos on discount. Sleep comes easier when you're not rehearsing imaginary arguments in the shower. No more late night anxiety, replaying confrontations or drafting sharp comebacks at 2 a.m. Serenity tucks you in, makes your pillow soft, and whispers, "Let them misunderstand you. Let the storm howl outside. the mountain endures, silent and serene. The warrior rests, not because the world is finally quiet, but because they have learned to be. There comes a night when you don't answer the call, don't explain your quiet, don't chase the apology that never arrives. This is your dark awakening, the moment you choose peace over performance. The guilt fades. In its place, fierce clarity, rare dignity. Sometimes, leaving chaos behind is the highest form of care. You might expect this final break to be dramatic, a parade, a thunderclap, maybe even confetti cannons of self-respect blasting fireworks into your living room. In reality, it's more like realizing you left a 40-pound backpack full of bricks in your hallway 4 hours ago. There's just sudden ease, a lightness. You marvel at the absence of commentary running through your head. No more mental spreadsheets tallying who misunderstood you last, or how many times you tiptoed across eggshells thicker than the plot of a daytime soap. At first, your inner empath, let's call them anxious Augustus, will clutch at the panic button like it's a comfort blanket. Questions riot in your mind. Am I heartless? Did I fail them? Maybe I should text goodbye in Morse code to soften the blow. But with each hour, urgency dissolves. You notice new things, like how much quieter your home is when you're not on high alert for emotional smoke alarms. Your plants seem to stand taller. Your tea tastes richer. The cushions on your couch look relieved. Somewhere deep down, Stoic wisdom runs through this liberation. Marcus Aurelius, whispering across the centuries, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You chuckle, imagining Marcus in sweatpants, scrolling through your group chat, muting drama with a philosophical meh. It dawns on you that you were never responsible for every storm cloud that blew across someone else's sky. There's a strange humor in freedom. You might catch yourself writing an imaginary Oscar speech for Best Supporting Empath, or perhaps drafting a sarcastic Yelp review. 3 stars. Would not recommend chronic self-sacrifice. Service was exhausting. Ambience unpredictable. Left with emotional indigestion. Gradually, you swap empathy as martyrdom for empathy with boundaries. The world doesn't implode when you stop fixing it. The sun rises, your Wi-Fi still works, and somehow the birds outside seem to harmonize better when you're not humming along to the tune of others' troubles. Sleep comes easier, dreamless, deep, a luxury you forgot you could afford. Where once you dreaded silence, now it feels sacred. You use it like ancient Stoics use their baths, a daily ritual to wash off everything that isn't truly yours. Joy tiptoes back, tentative at first, then bolder. You laugh again, at memes, at mistakes, at the absurdity that you ever measured your worth in other people's weather reports. In this final break, you walk away, but not empty. You take with you exactly what was yours to begin with. Your calm, your quirks, and your quietly growing, sovereign self. Your circle shrinks, but your heart grows lighter. Your life no longer orbits other people's storms. Instead, you cultivate a garden inside, tended by silence, watered by self-respect. Empathy returns, but on your terms. You belong to yourself first, and that, warrior, is your true awakening. You'll notice it the way some people notice a chill in the air before a thunderstorm. The subtle shift, the breeze of self-regard on your cheek. It begins with a sacred no. Not a thunderous, dramatic no, but a soft, unbending refusal to abandon yourself for the comfort of others. How strange the world seems when you let go of people-pleasing, like waking up and realizing your shoes have been on the wrong feet since the 3rd grade. Your phone grows quieter. texts unanswered, invitations declined, drama evaporated. Some people might diagnose you with a rare strain of boundaries, sometimes mistaken for aloofness or brace yourself, changing. But this kind of change is a homecoming. You give yourself back to yourself every time you choose stillness over chaos, a mindful pause over impulsive surrender. You won't always be congratulated for this rebirth. Don't expect applause. In fact, don't be surprised when the world greets your newfound self-respect with confusion, as if you've come to the dinner table speaking fluent dolphin. Others may say you've grown cold, but you understand the old Stoic joke. It's easier to feel when you're not constantly on fire. Now your empathy flows in measured currents, not tidal waves that sweep you off your feet, but rivers you direct with intention. There's room for genuine kindness, minus the exhaustion and martyrdom. You listen when you choose. You help when it serves truth, not guilt. You're done being the world's emotional sponge. No more leaking from every pore after absorbing others' storms. Remember, compassion doesn't wear you out. Codependence does. Radical self-respect is the art of building floodwalls before the next deluge of someone else's crises. This is not loneliness, it's freedom. Space blooms inside you, lush and green, an inner sanctuary where you no longer audition for worthiness. Let others chase approval or collect sympathy badges. You're cultivating something rarer. Quiet, confidence, and a life with no emotional I owe us. Your inner critic tries now and then, recycling greatest hits. Shouldn't you do more? Aren't you selfish? But these sound softer now, less convincing. You know the nature of real strength, the tree that bends in the wind, but never uproots itself to please the breeze. You don't need to justify the peace you've built. Those who respect your boundaries are fellow gardeners. Those who resent them are just passing clouds. Watch how much simpler problems become when you're not compulsively responsible for everyone else's happiness. Self-respect doesn't cure the world, but it prevents you from catching every cold that walks through the door. You listened through the ache, through the urge to fix, to rescue, to dissolve. That was your old self. Now, you are forged by detachment, grounded in self-mastery, silent but unbroken. The world told you empathy meant suffering. It lied. Power and compassion can coexist. Tonight, you reclaim your birthright, peace that cannot be stolen, dignity that cannot be bargained. You're not cold, you're finally whole. Walk quietly, walk free, and when doubt creeps in, remember, you are not their crutch. You are your own home. Rest well, warrior. Your calm is sacred. You listened through the ache, through the urge to fix, to rescue, to dissolve. That was your old self. Now you are forged by detachment, grounded in self-mastery, silent but unbroken. The world told you empathy meant suffering. It lied. Power and compassion can coexist. Tonight, you reclaim your birthright. Peace that cannot be stolen. Dignity that cannot be bargained. You're not cold. You're finally whole. Walk quietly. Walk free. And when doubt creeps in, remember, you are not their crutch. You are your own home. Rest well, warrior. Your calm is sacred.